and happy time zones. It's your bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3 NPC Roulette, where I go through Dark Souls 3 and attempt to beat the game while cosplaying as various different NPCs. Once I have used an NPC to beat a boss, they are taken out of the pool and I can no longer use them. Well, unless I have literally no other choice to get the next NPC, but even then I can't challenge any more bosses. Today we're going to be going through and exploring the archives and the Painted World. I'm prioritizing the archives here. Archives are the higher priority between the two for a couple different reasons. One, there's the NP threesome, and two, there's a couple of Titanite slabs that are relatively easy to get. Now, I know in the past I've considered NPC groups as one encounter. Note the Drang duo and the Exile duo. However, in this case, I'm counting them as three separate NPCs because they have names. Might sound like a stupid reason, but every single one of them is unique in that regard. They all have names. Ah, damn it. If you wanted to do this really? If you wanted to do this yourself, and you didn't want to include, or you didn't want to count those three as separate entities, then I'd recommend picking Lion Knight Albert. Provided you had a great axe up at that point, though. Or you'd managed to get a great axe prior to that point. I believe there is one just lying around, but I could be misremembering. I was not about to be ambushed there. You. One and the two and the three. I could fight you, but I don't think there's a reason to. At least not yet. Anyway, Bhima, thank you again for the redeem, and hello. Were you waiting? Because I literally hit live and then I got the Bhima redeemed first notification. Like, not even a full second. Were you waiting? Oh. Back on the NPC threesome, or the NP threesome topic. Oh dear. Well, that was unfortunate. What? Okay, I might have to swap to area for this. Fair enough, fair enough. I hope you have an excellent day, Bhima. I hope the office doesn't treat you too bad. If you're going to count them as the NP threesome as the same entity, the way I did the Drang duo and the Exile duo, I would recommend actually going with Lion Knight Albert. Daughter of Crystal Crimeheld is not a bad choice per se, but I think she'd honestly be better suited to New Game Plus. And on top of that, she's an intelligence user, which means that she's scale. You would have to respec for her. No two ways about it. Oh dear. Fen, what are you doing? Oh dear. Fenrir, what are you doing? Hey! Fen, that's enough. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ladder, ladder, ladder. Okay, so he stopped that. Cool, I can... Oh dear. Okay. That helps. I might want to head back into the... Yeah, we're gonna go back into the below room over here. Oh dear. I need more wax. The Crystal Sage here is going to be tricky to take out. It's not a boss, so I don't have to worry about conserving any NPCs. But getting to it and actually taking it out is a whole other matter. Into the wax my head goes. I probably should have stuck with Uria, honestly. Oh well. I think technically speaking I can... Oh dear. Still fight that thing with Uria? Hi. I'll clean up the rest of the loot later. My priority is the stupid Crystal Sage. Because if I don't take out the Crystal Sage now, I'm going to have to on another or when I'm coming back through, and if I do that... And then you come up over here. There we go. Okay, that was actually not bad. I don't know why I've never tried that before. I usually just snipe it with a bow from above. Or, you know. Pestilent missed it. Oh, heater's still broken, so if you hear whirring in the background, it's my, it's the space heater. And now that I've actually gone through and killed that thing, I can go back and get all of the stuff that I missed. Yay! I'll need to make sure to take a screenshot of Orbek's inventory. Hi. I can cheese this. Hang on. Aw. I have 24 heavy bolts too. And now I wait. I actually don't care if this takes me a while. It's funny. I like to mess with enemies like this. I can't help it. Oh. I might run out of bolts, though. Okay, come on. I want to see what the exploding bolts does. Oh! That does a lot more damage. But at the same time... Oh wow, I really annoyed this guy. Yeah, I'm definitely not burning Alva anytime soon. Running around like this is hilarious. Just having this option for area exploration is absolutely hilarious. Come on, turn around. Aw. I didn't mean turn around quite that fast. And I definitely did not mean turn around towards me. This guy... Oh dear. Okay, I think I can actually just... There we go! And now I can treat this normally. What are you again? Crystal Chime. Not useful to me right now, but on a respec might be. I'm gonna grab this, but I'm gonna go the long way. Because there is something up along this path. Orbeck becomes available after you get his ashes, which means either after murdering him or after doing Twin Princes. Did I just go in a circle? I think I just went in a circle. However, if you want his ashes to actually show up after beating Twin Princes, you do need to buy everything in his inventory. Because then he wanders off to the archives where he goes hollow. I have absolutely no idea why he goes hollow in the archives of all places. That seems a little sus to me, but whatever. Right. And then there's also, I did not move this, which is a failure on my part. With that done, there we go. I only barely landed on here. I should have actually like jumped, but that works. Still not as cursed as landing on the one to get to the Dark Souls 1 or the ledge to get to the Dark Souls 1 version of the Avalon. That is super ultra mega cursed. I could swear that there was something in here. Oh well. Oh, Titanite slab! I completely forgot about this one. Glad I got it though. Okay, so that means there's two more Titanite slabs that I remember in the archives. One of them is at the bottom of an elevator, and the other is in, well, is guarded by some angels. The angels one is going to be the more difficult one to get. Or, not even get to, just to get. Once I take out the NP threesome, it's not going to be hard to get to. It's just going to be hard to obtain. Might be worth buying a bunch of bolts for that. Can I use Great Axe? No, okay. I need more strength. What is my strength even at? Oof, okay.
Back up. Oh, I will.
Okay. Screenshot. Screenshot. There we go. And now I just have to exhaust his dialogue.
You will know all these sort of out at a left. Promised it's been. Oh. You will know all if well I would hate at a left. Promised to step it's been.
Alright. I can, I think, use Onikiri, or yeah, the Goddard twin swords. I can actually use. Do I have access to the Black Hand stuff right now? Because I need. Oh, might as well buy the Elite Knight, finish off Anri's stuff. I forgot to look up what shield Anri uses. I think it's the Tree Crest. I cannot get... Nope. Oh, actually I can grab the Morn stuff though, at least some of it. Although Morn is probably going to over-encumber me. Back to the archives. I don't think anyone I can use actually utilizes Soulstream unless I want to try the sock. However, the sock is a weird one. I feel like Sock is cheating with this run. That is literally my fear with Sock, is that it's cheating. Is that a weird fear? Because with every other NPC, they have a set, well, set. But the Sock, while it does have, while it is set in some regards, it is just an amalgamation of everybody who's linked to the fire before. Which then begs the question of, does that count as one NPC or many? Okay, we let that go down. I just wanted that guy gone. Do I have purging stones? I have one purging stone. This is not the place to use it. I don't have anyone that can actually use this stuff, but I might as well try and acquire it. Oh dear. I think I won. Okay, that was a lot closer than it should have been. I guess maybe I could count Outrider Night if I'm desperate. But I don't think those really count. Do I count those as NPCs? I mean, I'm counting Dancer, and Dancer is technically an Outrider Night. Huh. I'm just gonna homeward bone back to the bonfire, rest, and then continue on. Because that was embarrassing, and I'm at half my flasks. Or, well, not half, but close enough. You know what? If I'm counting Dancer, I should probably count Outrider Knight Standard. I just have to pick which Outrider Knight and only use it once. I could probably also have counted Vort too, but that wouldn't have done anything for me, really. Ah! I am a goofball. I was so worried about sending the elevator back down that I went down with it. That's a new one for me. Oh dear. I need as many iframes as possible. Okay, cool, I can roll again. Damn it. Okay, that was bad. That was bad of me. I shouldn't have done that. I should have stopped and gotten some wax. That is entirely my own fault. I was a little too focused on the lizard. I should have backed off. That said, I need more strength. Even if I only use, some of it. Actually, getting wax and then getting over here is a pain. I just need the wax to go away. Ow! That... Yep. I'll have to come back once I... Or actually, let's use the purging stone here. Or not. I thought they reduced... Okay. That was bullshit. I thought the purging stones reduced curse buildup. Moss fruit it is, I guess. Then I just need to wait for this to go down a little more. Reckless, sure, but it worked. That said, I should really focus on getting that ledge. The loot on this outer section can wait. Oh dear. And that includes the crystal lizards, as much as I hate to say it. There's a lot of crystal lizards in the archives. I wish I didn't have to skip them. This I can grab, though. Damn it! The problem is that a lot of the loot in this part is Titanite or Titanite chunks, Twinkling Titanite, Titanite scales, or souls. Literally all of it I can use. I'm not even gonna bother with you if you're gonna run away. You. There we go. Because I need the Twinkling Titanite. I need the, Oh, I don't exactly need the gems, so that I can kind of skip. But, like, everything else I need. Especially considering we're getting to a point... I guess I'm fighting my way through the rooftops. Nice try. Can you not do the jumping thing? Thank you. I'm actually not safe to take out the crystal lizards, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3. You were a lot easier to take out. Okay, so I can actually still free. What? What? That's new. I'll take it, but that's new. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I just need to get this. There we go. Now I don't actually have to run through that section of roof again. Can't say I was expecting to get my hands on that on a candlestick at this particular moment in time, but I'll take it. Alright, the MP threesome is up ahead. But for now, I want that. Yikes. This might be bad for me, actually. I did go and reset the elevator, right? Cool. Might seem like a small thing to be worried about, but if the thralls decide to be a problem, I need to be able to escape. If I can, I need to lure Comely or Albert away from the pack. Oh dear. Well... Oh dear. Come on. None of you. Oh dear. Okay, then we're gonna go down this way. Come on, Albert. I might have screwed myself. come on, get down here. Or maybe not. There we go. Come on, Albert. We are going on a trip. You and I are going on a merry little journey. What do you think you're doing with that Estes? Bastard! And you drop your shield, I think. Yeah. Okay, he does not respawn, so that's one part of the threesome taken out. Now I just need to get rid of Kamui and Crimeheld. And oh dear. Yeah, she's a problem. That happened, okay. Honestly, once you take out either of the warriors, the other two stop being as big a problem. Uh-oh. Oh boy. There we go. These three really are menaces, but if you can get them into a 2-on-1 instead of a 3-on-1, it really does go a long way. The problem is just taking out that first one. And generally speaking, you want to take out either Albert or Kamui first. It's still possible to do it if you take out Crimeheld first, but especially if you're a melee-focused character or currently reliant on a melee weapon. Pardon? You're going to want the extra, room to breathe. Alright. I'm actually gonna pump my souls into strength here. Because I need that. And then, let's see. Cool. Okay, that's Albert's stuff in there. Comely is actually the weird one here because 2 pieces are Black Hand and 2 pieces are Assassin. I did not acquire Assassin yet, actually. Let me just pop all of the souls in my inventory. Okay, that was not all the souls in my inventory, but that was enough for this specific instance. I'll need to buy the assassin stuff once I actually... Oh, wait. I really don't think Morn is going to be useful for me. I need 7,000 more, because I forgot to buy the rest of Dancer's equipment. That burns. That burns. Where is Dancer's leggings? There they are. Okay, I should get everything up a little.
That is what neat.
Right, you use Twinkling. Where is Dark Drift? I need 2 more. Okay, fuck it, I'm spending the rest of this on regular Titanite shards. Okay, I can 2-hand the Great Axe now, which is nice. That means I can start putting stuff in, or continue putting stuff into Vigor. Burn. Cannot kindle any further. Alright. Now I go get Grey Rat's ashes. And I should probably talk to Patches next time I'm in Firelink. I actually think Albert is going to be something of a dark horse. But getting the assassin stuff is nice because I'll be able to use that twice. Honestly, Gothard is the reason why I recommend, if you are doing this and you decide you don't want to count the NP3 as 3 separate NPCs, just pick Albert. Because you're gonna be using the Black Hand set anyway. Which means that between Kamui and Albert, Albert will actually give you more variance. Ow. Unkind. I don't even want to kill you right now. Been there, done that. Bought the postcard. Okay, so we're gonna go down here. It's far enough away that I can still do that. Collect this. That's just so I can get back if I need to. which I'm not going to. Technically, I could farm stuff here. Crap. I have to go past them. Forgot about that. Thought I was being slick. Turns out I was slipping. Sorry, Grey Rat. And with that, we can go back to Firelink. Turn these in, talk to Patches. Probably pop a few souls so I can actually use them. I should definitely get Murakumo up to +6. At this point, if I have anything less than a +6 weapon, it's not going to cut it. Alright, cool. That is Patch's full inventory.
Now just...
And then... down here... give.
What take us by now? That is new.
And then that should unlock assassin stuff in your inventory. Unless I was incorrect about that. Because I'm pretty sure Grey Rat was actually the one that had the assassin set. Yep. Alright, I need assassin gloves and assassin trousers. So that's 3,000 souls. At this point, I am actually just going to pop everything in my inventory that I don't think I might need later. Assassin trousers, assassin gloves.
Ashen. What?
There we go. I'm... I don't have the faith for that. Which is interesting. I'm definitely going to need the Dancer's Enchanted Swords to be at +4 at the least. Fume can actually stay at 0 because if I use it at all, it's going to be against Ancient Wyvern. Same with Mord's Great Hammer. Onikiri and Ubadachi and the Goddard Twin Swords are going to be interesting. I don't think I actually do have to use anything, though. Let's think about this. Bosses I have left. Twin Princess, Osiris, Champion, Ancient Wyvern, Nameless, and Sock in the base game. So that's 6 NPCs that I need. Currently, let me put away everything and then just sort of go by weapons because some stuff is reused. That can go away. That can go away. Alright, cool. I'm keeping the catalysts because that's just annoying to try and... Unless I know for a fact that you're going to use a specific catalyst, I'm just not going to bother trying to match that. Because it's a little annoying to trying to spot that. Alright, so obviously I have Alva, so that's 1. Anri is 2. Gottard is 3. Wilhelm is 4. Sorig is 5. Abyss Watchers and Hawkwood makes 7. Dancer's 8. Don't have Cirrus yet, but when I get Cirrus, Cirrus will essentially replace one. Yuria is 9. Onikiri, or Kamui makes 10. Albert is 11. Hazel is 12. And, Pale Shade is 13. I have 13 NPCs, and that's without factoring in the teachers, who I will have to respec for. So, base game is set, and as for DLC, I have Sister Frida. Alright, so base game is 6. DLC is that definites for the DLCs. Sister Frida makes 7 bosses. Demon Princess makes 8. Half-Light makes 9, and Gale makes 10. So there's 10 guaranteed bosses and 12 possible. So I actually do have enough. Although I'd prefer to get a few more NPCs, I do, technically speaking, have enough. Okay, that's huge. And actually, Daughter of Crystal Crimehild would make 14. Although I can't use one of the spells, or a couple of the... Actually, I'm not even going to count her. I collected stuff so that I might be able to, but counting her actually wouldn't work. Now that I think about it. Because I think she actually uses a spell I don't get access to, and I need the bathroom. Back to the bonfire. Put you in an ad, and I'll be right back. I realized while in the toilet that I was actually being a dum-dum. And that I can actually use Crimehild because I wasn't going, or because I'm not going to, for lack of a better term, pinch pennies over spells. Because if I did that, then there's some characters that would be really, really rough. Like, if you want to farm Covenant items for Hodrick and Cirrus, go right a fucking head. I'm not doing that for this run. I already did that for Platinum. Twice! Anyway. There we go. Or, hang on. Okay, so you won't let me... Well, almost twice. You know, you should just let me jump that. And that'll be the final Estus upgrade. That'll get me up to 15 total flasks. I'll be honest, considering my normal, let's call them proclivities, I was expecting this run to be a lot more difficult than it's turning out to be. I know I can do melee in this game. I'm just used to having magic as an option. I tend to gravitate more towards spells, and I'm actually pretty good at spells. Hey, you three gonna come down anytime soon? Come up here. Oh, Negan! Hello! How are you today? Just for the sake of having actual damage output, we're going to Abyss Watchers this. Of course you've been spotted. You announced your presence. What did you think was going to happen? Hi. Oh, okay, so that one's coming around. Puts on power invisibility. Fair enough, I suppose. Come on. Okay. You're going to be a problem. I kind of need this Titanite slab, though, is the thing. Okay, so that's how that works. I was pressing the wrong button. I was using the parry when I... Okay. I should have been using the block. And I have to do the elevator right a second time. Oh boy. But I need that Titanite slab because at the moment I only have the one. I'll be able to get 3 from that, like up to 3 from this. Question. Actually, where did I get the second one of these? Shoot, I already forgot where I got something kind of important. Can you go the proper direction, please, sir? Thank you. Alright. Okay. Now that I actually know what I'm doing, I kind of like the Farron Greatsword. Hi. Okay, this is gonna make mincemeat of something. Going to, I say, like it hasn't already. Can I backstab you? No. Your salad? What sort of salad are you having? No, I'm curious. What sorts of salad are you having? This is, however, as cool as this is, it's really not good for just wandering around, so I'm gonna go back to Alva. One that needs sliced in half. That sounds like a portion control problem, if I'm being honest. Why did I do that? Where are you? There you are. What? Ah. Okay. So now, there's this ledge over here. That I actually almost completely forgot about because I thought it was connected to the main thing. Like a dumbass. But the Divine Blessing is nice, as is Twinkle. Yeah, I needed to come over here. Okay. I never did open up that path, did I? To get the Scholar Ring. I feel like sooner or later I'm going to need the extra 5 points in intelligence. And having an equipable version is huge. What am I working with in terms of bolts? I should not touch my bolts. There we go. I'm not too worried about you because you don't have a shield. Technically speaking, I could have come down here earlier. but it really wouldn't have been worth it. Okay, my guy, why were you just standing here staring at this chandelier? Oh dear. Alright, 50,000, not bad. Shoot, there was a lever I have to have missed. I missed a lever. Where did I miss a lever? I'll have to fight some more of the little guys. But there's a lever that opens that. Wow, I'm blind. Okay. Or maybe I won't. Haha. And now if I'm very quiet... Toodles! I think I'm gonna use Abyss Watchers. On, Osiris.
Farewell, Ashen One.
This is going to sound crazy. But I need that. I'll also need those, but later. Okay. Now I fight my way up to the elevator so that I can get my hands on that Titanite slab in the final loop around. That'll bring me up to 3 Titanite slabs, which will mean that I'd... Oh, right, I got one... Okay, I got one from Siegvard and one from, Ariandel, and that's where I got the second Titanite slab from. Okay, so there's a total of 8 Titanite slabs that I know the location of in this game. That's not bad. Because there's 3 just around Lothric Castle. Or specifically the Grand Archives. There's one... that's actually pretty easy to get to, hidden in Ariandel. I forgot to turn in the Estus Shard to Andre. I'm stupid. Okay. And then there... Wait. Okay, so there's the 3 in Ariandel. The one that's just lying around in well, sorry, the one lying around in Ariandel, the 3 just lying around in the archives, or well, 2 lying around in the archives, 1 you have to fight for. 1 at the end of Siegvard's quest line, which requires not letting him die. And that's essentially the only requirement. Which is kind of nuts. I probably shouldn't have stopped for that. Oh well. Y'all are dumb. Because this is actually a huge loop around, because it means I can stealth past all of you. Okay, so Siegfried and Ariandel, or Hidden Ariandel, are the two earliest ones you can acquire. Then there's 3 in the archives, and 2 more you can get from fighting Sister Frida. That's 8 Titanite slabs. That's not a paltry amount. Sorry, I don't know why that took so long for me to say. I kept getting distracted. Or, I suppose I do know why that took so long for me to say. It's because I kept getting distracted. I should head to Ariandel now. Run around in there. At this point, exploration is more important. Because I have 2 more areas that I can traverse without having to worry about any of that. First, though, Firelink, so I can turn in the last Estus shard and stop just carrying it in my inventory. I feel so stupid.
It wasn't neat.
Okay. There we go. Now that that's done, let's check here. Let's make sure everything's at least +2. Okay, cool. With the exception of Anri's, actually, I need 200 more souls for that. 200 shouldn't be that difficult to acquire. I'm pretty sure 200 is literally just a walk outside. Hey! Just going for a little stroll, you know how it is. What stroll is complete without a spot of murder? Mimic? Mimic, you have to hit them. I'll have access to the drag heap after either Twin Princes or Sister Frida, actually, now that I think about it. The drag heap is actually a really good spot to have access to. Ooh. Huh. Tackling either the princes or Frida will net me that. I'm a little worried about Frida, honestly, but... the princes are tantalizingly doable. I don't... Here's the thing. I only have... like... or hang on, is that 8? Because I got... That might be 7, actually. 2 from earlier. 3 from just now. 2 from Frida. Okay, so that's 7, not 8. I apologize. I don't want to burn those yet. This game's pretty generous with slabs, but there's still only a limited number of them. Actually, Lap might give me one. I can't remember if that's a Titanite chunk or a Titanite slab that he gives. I'm not seeing any sparklies. Shut up. Titanite chunks are big. Okay, so here's the reason I'm actually debating on what boss to take out next. Upgrade materials. I want some time and possibly time levels and possibly Havel +3 in order for Ancient Wyvern. The reason I say I might want Havel +3 is because of oh dear. The fact that the heavier NPCs I don't really want to use against an actual boss. Ancient Wyvern is more of a set piece, so I wouldn't feel terrible about using one of them there. Oh dear. Oh dear. But I don't want to use the heavy NPCs literally anywhere else. If I'm using a heavy NPC, it's either versus Ancient Wyvern or not at all. Because I can't afford to put that much into Vitality at this point. The smart move would honestly be to tackle Twin Princes next, now that I think about it. Because Twin Princes will net me 2 NPCs. Or actually, no, 3 NPCs. I'll be able to use... I believe I'd actually go with Lor. I said I was going to go with Lorien. I'll be able to use Lorien after that, or Beck. And Cirrus. And I'll also have access to Leonard's questline without having to sacrifice or without having to kill Cirrus in order to complete or in order to get access to Cirrus. So that's a bunch of NPCs we get for one boss, and it would make the most sense. But I don't... I guess I could try Albert or Henry. hang on. I think Henry uses the tree crest shield, so I'm just gonna put that on. And then Elite Knight. Okay, Elite Knight is medium. I do have to have Ring of the Evil Eye equipped for this one, though, because Henry gives you that. Useless in a boss fight, but not terrible. The only thing here is Henry's sword actually scales with luck. Okay, so I could try to burn Henry instead. What about Albert? Hang on. Okay. Golden Wing Crest, and then the Faram set. Oh boy, I need more vitality. Okay, so I definitely can't use Albert yet. Unless I... What about Ring of Favor? Ring of Favor is not enough. Okay, so I could try to burn Henry there instead. In which case, Henry would have been a good pickup and not a waste. I could also use Alva, but I think I'm gonna actually want Alva for exploring the Dreg Heap. Dreg Heap is really good to have access to because of just how many high-tier rings there are. The only two access points to Dreg Heap are Sister Frida and Twin Princes. Yeah, if I can manage Twin Princes with Henry. Or Henri. Then I think I might be able to save Yuria for a pop in case of emergencies situation. I was planning on burning her against Twin Princes. But my worry there is I don't want to be like locked into Dancer versus Nameless. As much as I would like to kill Nameless using Dancer. Oh, whoops. I get the feeling that wouldn't go so well. And, well, just in case, I'd like to have the option to back out of that without compromising another boss fight. Because Nameless might be the last time Dancer is even viable. Can you stop that? As much as I'd like to use Gale, I actually can't unless I go into New Game Plus. Okay, Murakumo is great. Except when you're trying to slap at your feet. This is a weapon clearly meant for headshots, not ankle shots. Oh, hi. Yeah, the smart move would definitely be Twin Princes. As much as I'd like to have access to more Oh dear. Oh dear. Haha. Juked ya. As much as I'd like to have access to more upgrade materials before then tackling possibly Nameless, if I can actually burn a heavy NPC against the Wyvern, so that I don't, or actually I could use Albert. I could actually use Albert against the Wyvern. That's a heavy NPC that I can actually still roll with, which means I can still run with. Which will get me access to Nameless if I need it. Well, more importantly than getting me access to Nameless, it'll get me access to those, or to the ashes in Archdragon Peak. I believe it's Dragon Chasers, which I believe will let me farm, well, purchase Titanite chunks and possibly scales. Okay, so we're gonna do Abyss Watchers versus Osiris, and then Albert versus Wyvern. That combo should be good enough. To save my really good NPCs for later. This run really is just treating NPCs like the consumables that you keep at the bottom of your pack that you're definitely sure you're going to use later. Get back here, you bastard. Now I have to go back around. Good thing is, though, that once in Archdragon Peak, I can make a move to go get Hawkwood, which will put the Farron Greatsword back in my inventory. So it's not even like I'd really be losing that yet. And which is part of why I say that Farron Greatsword is one of the most important weapons in the run. I can burn them as Abyss. I can burn Abyss Watchers with it and then still keep it around for Hawkwood later. Okay, so that's the general plan. I'm just cleaning up the loot in Ariandel first so I don't forget to later. Because I really did just run through here. I'll admit I'm a little worried about Gundyr. I might wind up using Hazel versus Gundyr, honestly. Or tackle Nameless. I'm either going to go all the way through and actually, like, tackle Nameless when I go to get the Dragon Chaser's Ashes, or I'm going to, pivot into getting Hawkwood, and then go do something else. Probably Twin Princes to get access to, oh dear. Actually, Zoe might not be a bad one to have versus Nameless either. I completely forgot about Zoe. Zoe doesn't use... The problem that I'm going to have with Zoe is that I'm going to need to be able to use the Pyro Flame. And she mostly uses the Flame Fan. She has a Whip and a Pyro Flame, and she mostly uses the Flame Fan. Considering the rest of her equipment is in the Dreg Heap anyway, Flame Fan is non-negotiable for her. I can't cosplay her and then just use the whip. I have to use the Flame Fan. I'm not going to negotiate, or I'm not going to do the usual I won't grind for spells bullshit, considering she drops her own spell. Like, literally all of her equipment is in the Dreg Heap. I can't even use her until I get to the Dreg Heap. However, she might be a good one. Did I okay. That was just me being dumb. There's nothing else to say about that. I was just being dumb there. Where did... Hi. Are you joking? Okay. I hit the jump button, but apparently Mimic decided that jumping was for dummies. Or, well, jumping was for smart people. Okay, you're not gonna let me get up there. Oh my. That was almost a disaster. I thought I got stuck in the wall for a second. That really would have been bad. Okay, you're really not gonna let me do that. A shame. I'll be back for this room later. But for now... I need to put on my sniper bolts. Really? Come on. And this... okay. I'm just gonna... Alright, I've got two options here. Ow. I was just trying to do this. Oh dear. We go around. Oh boy. Unfortunately, I can't even reset the position on that crystal lizard. Because if I try that... then I wind up in an even worse position. Well, not even worse position. I'd wind up back where I started, essentially. That's unfortunate. Okay, is the loot... the rest of the loot worth it right now, or should I just go rush Osiris? Oh dear. Well, either way, I'm hitting that to go back to the shrine. Because I think with that amount of souls, I can upgrade a few things. And I'd rather not... lose them.
Just wasn't me.
Okay. I don't want that. I'm not even going to bother upgrading the Great Axe because I believe I know exactly where I'm using that. Okay, so now I need to buy more shards. I may as well make that +7. Or, well, +9. Or, well, 8. I definitely need more Twinkling Titanite. Like, no two ways about it, I need more Titanite. Yeah, let's do the Farron Greatsword. Let's just go do Osiris real quick. Wait, what am I doing? That was dumb of me. Let it be known that technically speaking, I could beat the game with my, just outright go beat the game, and then come back and do everything else. But with the way I am, I don't really like doing stuff I could have done before I end the game, post game. That's just really not my style. And okay, cool. No loot. Alright, I think I don't have anything to collect. I just gotta go straight to Osiris. It feels so weird to be two-handing a weapon, but only using it in one hand. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, there is like no way to prevent that. Nice try. Okay, yeah, Farron Greatsword is fucking nuts. I literally just spammed this. I see why people are always like, oh yeah, go try Farron Greatsword. I get it. I get it now. Damn. Okay, back to Alva. Just to unlock some stuff. I can't use the Farron... Why did I do that? Stuff. I can't use the Farron Greatsword again for a while, and I can't use the Farron Legion Helm at all. Oh! Magus! Hello! How are you today? Off we go! Wait, what? Oh, okay. Bot AI versus 1 point. I'm confused. What are you 1v6ing? Oh, wait, what am I doing? I could have sworn there was a chest over there, is the weird part. Oh, pfft. Okay, there was a chest on the side, I just ran past it. Standard, Avon. Just Avon things. Anyway, back to Firelink. After I collect this. What? Fair enough, fair enough. Thank you for the redeem. What? Congratulations on being both second and third. Negan, you're losing your touch. Magus beat you to both second and third.
Welcome, then
Okay, I need 5,000 more souls for another level. 30 vigor should actually be enough to carry me through the rest of the game. I'm gonna use one of these. Cool, I just need to use another 4. And I should be fine. Okay. Spot a murder required. I have been released. These two up here should be enough. Huh? Aha! Fading soul! That is going to be helpful, actually. The number of times I've had literally like 5 or 10 souls, or even 100 that I needed is ridiculous.
Well, then taken. Farewell, Ashen One. May the...
Alright, I need one more level in health, and that should actually do well for the rest of this. Magus, Nightbot is a bot. Oh, Catholic, hello! How are you today? Alright, so we're going to Irithel Dungeon. Yeah, Nightbot is a bot that I have set up to fight bosses. Or not bosses, bots, other bots. Why did I say bosses? What is wrong with me? Oh, I'm doing well. I just did a bunch of exploration and beat Osiris. That's essentially all that's happened today. I messed up. Okay. I'll read chat in a second. I'm trying not to have my max HP reduced to a point where it's like actually obscene. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Bots can definitely be about as troublesome as bosses, but that was a misspeak on my part. Okay. Where is Path of the Dragon? There we go. So I'm going to be using Lion Knight Albert up here. Keep in mind that I heavy roll with Lion Knight Albert. It's not as bad as Sorig. I literally cannot use Sorig at all, but it does mean that I can't roll at all if I try to use Sorig. But it does mean that while using Albert, you're not going to see me roll much, if at all. Because I can still run, but I do that. So, Wyvern is either going to be incredibly easy for me, or the biggest pain in the ass this side of the sun. Once I get Wyvern... Oh, come on. Just need to light you. There we go. Doesn't matter if I die now. Though I'd honestly prefer not to. Cool. I think I'm just gonna run straight for Wyvern and clean up everything else after the fact, honestly. Cause Wyvern... The real boss is that damn chain guy at the end of the, path. If I can get past that, I'm set. The issue is actually getting past that. Especially considering my stamina drain is immense. Okay. That was either a stroke of luck or a show of skill on my part. Let's go get this so I don't have to worry about it again later. Because that's like the one piece of loot that it's not worth going back for, even if it is two Titanite, or 2 pieces of Twinkling Titanite. There we go. Okay. Now to cross off Lion Knight Albert. Cause, yeah. Using a heavy NPC against an actual boss is not a good idea. However, an NPC as heavy as Albert versus the Wyvern isn't that bad, because as long as you know what you're doing, you're getting a one-shot anyway. Yeah, back to Alva's stuff, just because I have Alva upped. I rest. I put some stuff away, which means crow quiz. Follower javelin goes away. Great lance, bye-bye. Crow talons. I should actually grab... Where are you? That. Oh, you go away though. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And then back to Firelink. Okay, so that's 2 bosses down in 20 minutes. Yikes. And I get one more. I want to get endurance up to 20. But intelligence up to 20 is also probably a smart move. Actually, let's do that first.
Farewell, Ashen One.
And then...
Ashen One.
that. Now I go around and collect the rest of the loot in the mausoleum, as well as that thing's arena. Or not mausoleum, the peak proper. Then I can move on to the mausoleum. Actually, what am I doing? I said I was gonna try Dancer against, Nameless, so I may as well test out Dancer right now. The Dancer's crown is so pretty. Alright, so this is another one where I'm gonna want to use L1 instead of R1. That's not bad, actually. Considering how people talk about the Dancer's swords, I was honestly expecting much worse. It's not as good as the stuff I've been using up until this point, but I was honestly expecting much worse with the way people were talking about the Dancer's swords. I was expecting them to, like, heal the enemy or something. I can work with this. I've worked with worse. I just ran through there with a +0 weapon. This is actually a really fun challenge. It's making me test out things I normally wouldn't think to. Or normally would have no interest in. Hey now. So her swords do specifically magic and fire. They don't do dark. Which is a little weird to me considering what Pontiff sort of stood for. Whatever. Come on. Really? Oh dear. Drink! I don't like the range on these, though, I will say. The range leaves quite a bit to be desired. I'm actually going to go through here. And put on a Ring of Sacrifice if I have one. Or, no, I'll just run through and grab my souls if I need to. Much as it pains me to say, I'm going to be going through a much worse area later. Keep in mind that my complaints about the range is mostly due to the fact, or the weapons I'm used to using in this game. I have, most of the time when I beat this game, my main melee weapon is a scythe. I'm used to wanting more distance versus less. Or as opposed to less. I have also played around a little bit with halberds. But this challenge is making me sort of rethink my whole playstyle because I don't... Being close enough to kiss your enemy is not something I tend to gravitate towards. I like having some time to react. Alright, and I think... Oh dear. Nice try. I think up here is the last bit of loot because there's not much over there. And if there is, I can peek from within the mausoleum itself. Okay, hi. I'm not even going to pretend to know what happened there. Lightning bolts could actually be useful if I decide to use Alva. I don't think I'm going to decide to use Alva, though. You. Actually, binoculars, where are you? There you are. I think that is actually the last of the treasure. Which means I can back right off. I don't particularly want to deal with the big guy. I say after I've slaughtered several big guys. The reason I don't want to deal with that guy is his range. I don't have the range to fight him back with. Well, technically speaking I do, because I can just run right up to him, but I really don't have a range I'm comfortable with for fighting that guy. I just don't like the big serpents in general. They tend to be something of a problem for me. Oh, hi. Okay, this should definitely be doable for Nameless, though. As long as I don't get greedy, which is always a possibility. I am a very greedy person. But Nameless as Dancer should be doable.
That is what neat.
Not gonna upgrade anything that requires twinkling right now. A Titanite chunk. I need 6 Titanite shards for a rapier. Okay, so I need 12 Titanite shards right now.
Pretty like that.
That's not to say that won't change in a little while. There we go.
Ashen One.
I'm trying to save Twinkling at this point for as long as I can. Okay. So now I'm not really at risk of using anything that doesn't require... So we're just gonna do that. And then spend the rest of the souls in my inventory on... or, never mind.
Ashen.
What boss souls do I even have? Okay, Old Demon King, Crystal Sage, and Greatwood. I should probably turn in the Crystal Sage one, actually. Just in case I want to use Crime Held. Crystal Sage's Rapier. There we go. And that officially unlocks Crime Held, as long as I can actually use the, stuff. I actually can't use anything of Osiris's, and at this point there's no point in keeping around Greatwood. And I'm gonna hold on to the other soul there. That is not even enough for a level, sheesh. In that case, I'm gonna head up to Patches, actually, buy a bunch of stuff. I could definitely use some more embers. The Hidden Blessing could probably be helpful too, but the embers... Embers are going to save me so often. Because without an ember, I get 400 health from an ember. That is a lot. Alright, so there's a few of these that I also have to buy later. And I'll spend... I was gonna spend the rest on... Okay.
Ashen One.
Well, back to the peak. The hard part here is going to be getting to Hawkwood. I'm not even joking here. Getting to Hawkwood is going to be the hard part. Okay, where are you? Nice. Okay. I just lost to this guy. I don't think I've ever lost to this guy. Have I ever lost to this guy? I might have lost to him in the past. But I legitimately cannot remember the last time I lost to that guy. That is embarrassing. Like, that is actually embarrassing. I want my souls. Give me my souls. I don't have a lot of souls, but I want them back. Where are my souls? There they are. Okay, now where are you? There you are. It seems like no matter what I do, I'm gonna be trading with this guy. There we go. Yikes. Come on, either roll or stop. You have such a ridiculous hitbox. Yeah, there's like nothing over here. Alright, I actually have no reason at all to grab this, but I'm doing it anyway. The fact that I can grab this through those tiny bars is hilarious. Or through the tiny gap in those bars is hilarious. Nice try. I can't remember what loot is over here. I think the only bit of loot along this path is up there, actually, so I'm just gonna go grab it. This isn't a large stretch, honestly. Nice try. There we go. Ooh, 3 Twinkling Titanite. I will gladly take that. I've seen people complain about this stretch, actually, and it really is not that long. Oh! It feels longer than it actually is because of those lizards, but I have seen people complaining about the length of it. I'm not even upset about that. I needed to laugh. I don't normally die there, which is part of why it's so funny. Haha. And upsie daisy. Bye-bye. You're not gonna follow me the entire length of this. If you were going to, you would have. Where are my... There they are. Oh dear. Nice try. I'll go over here for now. I didn't think that guy was gonna follow me as far as he did, but... You know what to say about assumptions. Don't care, bonfire. Now that I have the spot, I can get rid of you. Why are... Okay, this guy's a weird one. I want to know why... Yep, okay. I thought it was safe. I was not safe. Hyper armor is a bitch. Anyway. There. You didn't get a chance to summon him that time. There's some loot over here. The next part of the peak is the part I'm honestly worried about. And I don't mean Nameless. Nameless should honestly be the last thing you tackle in the peak. It doesn't really matter if you refuse to use summons, but if you trigger the Nameless fight, Hawkwood can no longer be summoned to help you through the actually tough part of this area. Which is that bullshit. And I do mean bullshit. Collect this. There are just so many snakes in that section, and you have to clear them all out. That is, hands down, the hardest part of Archdragon Peak. What are you? Havel. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Right, Havel is annoying. Ah, slab. There are 8. Not good. You know what? This is not worth my time. Follow me if you dare, dear Havel. But I don't even intend to use you. You'd just be souls. But that I need. I think there's like 2 NPCs. Well, I don't actually need it, but there's like 2 NPCs that use it. I should have gone back to Firelink. Whoops. Rectifying now. But purchase. Just getting these. And just in case.
Ashen.
I still have so much I need to buy. Oh boy. I guess I could try running past everything. The part that concerns me about running past everything in that rough section is getting access to Hawkwood. Because in order to get access to Hawkwood, I need... or well, the end of Hawkwood's quest, and therefore him as an NPC, as per my own honor system. Oh dear. I need... to go up there and sit down. Come on. Come on. Either follow me up here or don't. I just need to separate you. Cool. I should go take out this guy just in case. Last thing I need is Rykard 2.0 chasing me down the stairs. Ah, boy. Okay. I don't know why they put so many snake men there. I hate this section. It is without... oh dear. A shadow of a doubt the hardest section of Archdragon Peak. I'm less concerned about fighting Nameless. Crap, 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 crap! Actually, I might be able to juke him. Oh, you're... Oh, you... This bridge is lovely. Ah, damn it. I should have healed. I was clicking the button to do so, but I misremembered that thing's cooldowns. This section is rough. And considering who I'm trying to re-unlock, or not re-unlock, but unlock. Come on, I just need one of you down here. This section sucks. You're definitely supposed to summon Hawkwood here. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're supposed to summon Hawkwood for this. Come on, I need you up here. Why did I do that? Okay. Bright side, I'm getting a lot of large Titanite shards. Who can I lure away? Come on. Just chase me up here. Oh dear. Come on, I need to separate you. Fuck. Not good, not good. You're less likely to get aggro walled because I attacked you. There we go. And you turned around. That is brilliant. I can face two of the little guys. Once one of the big ones comes into the equation, though... I was hitting dodge. There we go. Oh, cool, I got an extra flask from that. That's nice. I'll be honest, most of the time I just ignore this section of Archdragon Peak. It's that much of a problem. Come on. Or I summon Hawkwood. My guy? Oh dear. There we go. Okay, Titanite chunk, not bad. Cool. Okay, is that it? Is that, like, actually it? Aside from the rock lizards that I'm going to ignore for a minute. Okay. Okay. Thank you, balcony. Now that I've gotten that, I can clean up the rest of the loot in this. Go spend my souls, because this is an amount I'm not losing. And then go attempt Nameless. I make no guarantees about beating him today, though. Yeah, you don't get... You don't get the luxury of rolling. I'm not gonna let you have the floor. I need to go turn in that too, because I believe that actually lets me buy Titanite chunks. Which is kind of a big deal. Okay, what are you guarding, if anything? Hey. The answer is nothing. You were guarding nothing. Good to know. I wasted my time. Okay, is there anything over down here? I can never remember. This spot right here. Yes. And it's an ember. That replaces the one I lost earlier. Nice. Or, well, the one I currently have equipped. I actually almost have enough for a level, which could be worth it. That could be worth it. Let's see what I have.
is better than him.
Yeah, that's worth it. That is definitely worth it, actually. Because then I can get my endurance up a little.
Farewell, Ashen One.
I need, like 20 endurance, honestly. Give. Purchase. Obviously I'm gonna want the embers, but... Yes, okay, I now have an infinite amount of twinkling titanite and titanite scales and titanite chunks I can buy. That was definitely worth the trip.
Ashen.
I knew about the chunks. I just couldn't remember if it was if it also let me buy scales and twinkling. Alright, as I said, I make no promises about actually winning this, but I will attempt Nameless. And then... Here we go. I'll need to talk to Andre at some point to progress Hawkwood's quest to the final stage. Nice try. Hey! Ah, damn it. Mistimed that. Nice try. Okay, cool. Ow! Three flasks down is not exactly where I want to be in this phase, but whatever. Not that it matters if I forget to watch my health. I'll give this 2 more attempts and then I should call it. It's not like I haven't made a bunch of progress. If I'm going to pop an ember at all in this, it should be like right out during or right after the phase transition. try. No, we don't do that here. You're gonna throw a lightning bolt at me. Ah. Well, I was doing well. We don't do this here. I mistimed that. Good thing I was out of the way. Yep. I'm not good at this fight. I love it, but I'm not good at it. Let me just drink. Nice try. Can you stop that, please? Ow. What? Okay. I hit dodge. Okay, that one was me. What is this input ignore, Mimic? I know I hit the dodge there. What the fuck? Some of those really were a matter of input ignore. Or maybe input delay. Some of those were me. What? Mimic! Already off to an excellent start, I see. Oh, whoops. What? As dissatisfying as that was, I guess I was like 1 pixel in the fire or something. I did say that I was only going to give that 2 attempts, and so I'm going to keep my word. Tomorrow will be Nameless. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, you can check out my YouTube channel. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist so they're easier to find. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to Instagram, and if you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube, TikTok, and, pardon, when it lets me, Instagram. The links to all of that are in the chat now. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but 1 button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. Tomorrow, Nameless King. I cannot guarantee anything else, but I will be doing Nameless King tomorrow. What I do after that depends on a couple of factors. Wednesday, I'm iffy on whether I'm going to stream or not. It honestly depends on my grandma. There's a chance that my grandma's coming over Wednesday and staying into Thursday, and but there's also a chance that she doesn't. But if I stream Wednesday, it will be Hades 1. Thursday, no stream. I believe I already canceled that in the schedule, but there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to maneuver around, or there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to maneuver a whole stream around my family on Thursday. Friday will be Hollow Knight Silksong. Magnifico is playing Elden Ring, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.